So we're going to go this way? This way. This way? Okay, sure. Whatever, let's do it.
Alright, hello Internet, I'm Dan.
And I'm Chaz, and this is Wine is Serious Business, episode 257. I forgot already. So cheers.
Did a Riesling show last week, got a couple Rieslings this week, but also a Gewurztraminer.
What inspired these purchases?
Walking around, I go to the grocery store, always swing by the wine aisle just to see what's there, and came across both these were at different stores, but I was like, oh, cool, I haven't tried this yet, let's pick it up, let's taste it on the show. So this first one, this is the Ovum Riesling from Corral Creek Vineyard. We've really enjoyed wines from Ovum in the past.
Yeah.
Didn't know this one. So.
2013.
Nice. So looking forward to it. It says only 0.5% of residual sugar, so going to be a dry Riesling.
I'm just reading the back.
Oh,
sorry.
okay. Yeah.
Sorry, I just wanted to see if it had any information, because we don't do any research before the show. Like,
but he's
like jerks. Sorry.
No, he was one of the newer producers in the area, but focuses on Riesling as one of his primary grapes. Have you even had a red wine of him by him?
No.
I think he only makes white wines. He's really focused on.
Yeah, white wines, and then something that I think that was like kind of a golden color. You know, like a little more color than a Riesling, but nothing red.
Yeah. So.
All right.
That's interesting, at least.
Smells good.
Yeah.
Smells really good.
A lot of like white flower thing going on here. Got some apples.
I mean, it smells like Riesling. It's got sort of that. It's got like almost like a saline note or something, like an ocean.
A little ocean, a little bit of sage, like a little herbal thing going on.
But really like nice ripe apples too along there, like Honeycrisp apples. Smells good.
Nice.
That drinks quite nicely. Yeah.
Boy.
The texture on the mouth, like the way that the wine's textured and the way it stays together in your mouth is really, really nice.
This is put together real. Wow. Yeah, the way that the structure sits on the palate or runs across the palate is fantastic. It's like really light and fresh when it starts out. You know, a little bit of tannic structure in the mid palate that kind of draws you in, really gets you thinking about it. I feel really good about that.
You think it's actually tannic structure, like tannins? Would this be like skin macerated?
No. I mean, there's still.
I mean, it's like more like the grip of the acid, right?
Yeah. It's more acidity, I guess. It feels like.
Yeah, it does.
A little bit of. I mean,
there's like sort of kind of grips the cheeks, like and then the gums, like almost like tannins. Starts off like with nice sweet fruit, and then kind of transitions into like a sourness or like a lime juice, or and that carries on for a long time. The small amount of residual sugar here is done really well. It doesn't even taste sweet at all, or very, very lightly. There's tons of acid to close out the finish, which is really nice, and compared with that sort of heavier, more, I don't know how to classify the weight in the palate, but really cool.
Yeah, it is like a ripe sweet apple. You're definitely not getting any of the peachy notes that you'll sometimes get in Riesling, or like the really ripe sweet, sweet fruit flavors. Like that's not going on. It's just good ripe apples. Good structural balance.
Yeah.
This is enjoyable wine.
This is really delicious. I like how it transitions from sort of sweet fruited to sour and a little bit tart and hangs for a long time. So 89 points for me.
Yes.
Well, closing in on 90 almost. I mean, 89, 90 points. This is a really enjoyable wine. I'd go ahead and say 90.
Okay.
I like the transitions. Like it actually evolves a little bit and kind of changes as the more you taste it. It's delicious. Yeah,
89 for me. Totally enjoyable and like refreshing and like easy and pleasant and fun to drink too, I think. It'd be really easy to go through a bottle of this, so I recommend that you do.
Totally.
It says only 75 cases produced, so if you see it, move fast. I guess you don't have too many chances.
I'm going to have to buy a few bottles. That's pretty good. Where'd you get it at?
This one was, I think that was at the Freddy's by your house. I stopped by there.
Stadium? Yeah, there's a massive selection. Crazy selection there. All right, so second one.
So this is the Tantalus Riesling, also 2013. I think we'll verify that.
Yeah, it's 20. All these are 2013.
Yeah, okay. Also 2013. This is Canadian.
Yeah.
I
very cool.
Somebody brought a bottle to IPNC last year, and it, not of the 2013, but of a different bottle of it, and made a real impression. I was seriously impressed, really enjoyed it, and this was at a Whole Foods. I walked through the wine section, and that really jumped out at me. I'm like, whoa, like you almost never see Canadian wine on the shelves here.
Yeah.
And I've been wanting to try more of this to see what I think about it. So today's the day.
Nice. So before we get into, can we talk about the comments
Let's
now,
talk about
or
some
actually,
comments.
yeah. So a couple things. We got a lot of comments on the last show we done Riesling. Awesome. We really appreciate that. So Joe Swick, Glenn Beanstalk, and our good friend John Moser. Thanks for shouting out and posting. And the other thing is, there's going to be if you're watching on YouTube, there's a thumbs up button down below. If you could smash the thumbs up button, it really helps kind of propel the videos upwards in searches, and so we really appreciate that.
Yeah, Google just for us. That's the only way we only sort of get paid. We haven't had any money come in from it, but someday
Not anyway, but someday we'll buy a bottle of wine with it.
And thanks to Glenn and Joe for providing some technical details. It makes us smarter. It makes everybody that watches the show smarter.
Yeah.
And it's great for everybody to benefit from the technical knowledge that you guys have. So
Totally.
thanks.
that's the kind of dialogue we're hoping to open up, and thanks for
And
commenting.
also thanks to Alejandro Del Lobo, another German guy that's watched and commented a number of times in the past. I keep forgetting to say thanks on the show. Not today. Cheers.
All right, cheers. Well, let's drink some Riesling.
Not as much depth on the nose here. I think kind of like apples again, a little bit of like stony minerality, but a little more austere nose.
I keep wanting to say something like stone fruited, but it's not peachy. It's not, like it's not even like tangerines or sort of maybe like lightly orange citrus or something along with the apple fruit. I mean, it's kind of
a little bit.
Yeah, but not really. Yeah, not really jumping out in my face. So smells all right though.
This is what it was 12.8% or something like that.
Wow.
So also it's got to be kind of dry. That came to mind though because it feels a little fuller on the palate.
It does.
There's definitely a little bit of richness. It's not over the top, but it's there.
It's got a lot of acid. When you take a few short drinks of it, the acid really kicks you in the mouth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I actually got the like sort of when you eat like too sour of a candy or something. It's like that was just I don't know. Happens sometimes. Sorry, being text.
Yeah, the acidity definitely builds up at the end. I'd say the fruit, like that ripe fruit, definitely shows itself in the foreground, but it is acid dominated on the finish for sure.
Yeah. It's more so. This is more like green pears, Asian pears. It's kind of
that sort of on it.
That sort of
He says Fridays is a good day, right?
Yeah, Fridays is my day where I'm like my mentally together. Yeah. So this is a Friday. So yeah, it's more pear fruited, really ripe pear fruit. The acid, the weird kind of thing is that where the Ovum wine was really well put together, this is kind of clunky. If that makes sense. It's like the acid's over here and the fruit's over here, and they don't seem to like come from the same origin. They're good components. Like there's nice flavors there, but the acid's kind of just I don't know, a little.
The acid's definitely like you got a little bit of the razor blades going on there. That works for some people. It's not probably a little too much for you. It's edging in that direction for me. And the fruit flavors just aren't as compelling. I don't think I'm getting a little more of the skin flavors of an Asian pear. I think that's a really good comparison. But more of the skin than the fruit. I don't know how many different bottles they make or like different styles, but I think I'd prefer this with a little more sweetness in it. I think
possibly
balance out the acidity a little bit.
Yeah, that would probably provide a little more roundness. There seems to be a little bit of gaps between the fruit and the acid, and maybe that sweetness would bridge.
Yeah, so maybe it's part of the vintage, or maybe try one of their sweeter style wines. But in the end, 84 for me. Pleasant, we'll drink the rest of it, I'm sure, and enjoy it.
It's interesting. Like there's weird things going on in the finish with this, which is why I'm kind of like another little sip. 85 points for me too, or 84, 85. There are interesting things here, and like there's little flavors popping up in the finish, but it's just kind of overall a little clunky. So.
Yeah. That's a cool. Thanks to Whole Foods, I think it was, for bringing in some Canadian wine. It's fun to give it a try, and I'll try more next time I see it.
Wait a second, the last wine.
Last wine.
So you just picked this up tonight.
No, I had it. No, I have had.
You've had this. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, buying wine. So I forgot about. We were talking about what to do on the show. I forgot I had this, and the day I remembered.
Ah, okay.
Like we'll bring it around.
So our friend John Moser actually posted a photograph of this, right,
Yep.
on the blog a few weeks ago or
Yep.
a month ago or
He
something.
talked about what people are excited about lately. He says he's loving these guys. We've had great experiences with their wines before. I think the rosé from 2010 was one of the best rosés I've ever had.
That's
from
what it
the
was.
Northwest.
It was crazy. It was so good.
Yeah, these guys are out on the slopes of Mount St. Helens, so they're way out of the normal wine growing territory, doing some really interesting things. And this is their Gewurztraminer bottling, which I'm not terribly familiar with, but super nice folks working with cool vineyards.
Atavus
Was
Vineyard?
excited to try it. Yep.
So the Atavus Vineyard, it's 1,700 feet elevation. Wow.
Crazy, right?
That's really high.
Yeah.
And 40 years old. 40-year-old vines. Crazy. So,
Really aromatic. Getting a lot of yeah.
We're all getting blown up today during the show.
I'm gonna leave this one up for notes. That's what we get.
Yeah, we're done. So that happens.
Getting some pears on the nose, and then kind of like
Nose aromatic for you?
yeah,
It's kind of not really aromatic for me.
kind of like an herbal kind of vegetable medley. And normally when I say vegetables on the nose, that can kind of be a bad thing, but here it's not.
Yeah.
Here it's yeah, herbal and earthy.
The only thing I can attribute to right now is like fruit salad. That's the only thing I really smell on the nose. I mean, it's not. It smells really good. It smells. It's got like a touch of a little sweetness on the like kind of C, and then like
Golden raisins. Yeah.
pear, or I don't know. I've got like the whole sweet fruit bowl kind of in front of me.
All right.
Yeah. For me, it's just not jumping out of the glass, but no.
Real nice texture on this too.
Mhm.
Good sense of purity all the way across. Just a little bit of
Really
weight,
delicious.
not much, but really really elegant. What are you thinking?
I don't, it's this is the intensity level. I think it was maybe problematic to do this wine in front of this wine.
Maybe.
I'm having to
Sure.
readjust.
Have more.
Yeah.
One thing that I think is really nice about this, a lot of Gewurztraminers are done very intensely. They're like way on the sweet side, like edging towards dessert wine, or the flavors are really extracted. I don't know if that's that with the skins or just like very ripe fruit.
Mhm.
This isn't showing that. This is really like this lighter, refreshing expression of Gewurztraminer, and it's really enjoyable. Also very easy to drink.
Totally. Yeah, it doesn't have any sort of high tones to it whatsoever. Does that make sense? Like there's no, in this
Like
wine's
no
got-
flavors that
it's-
really jump out at you?
Yeah, it's not telling me exactly what it is, or my brain's not grasping it like the other two, which is really strange. That said, the intensity level is all really well balanced together. The acid is in a really nice place. It's fresh. It's got those things are going for it. It's really well put together as well. But yeah, flavor-wise, I'm still struggling.
It is pretty subtle. I'm getting like kind of like some riper apples and pears,
Okay.
but they're not strong. Right? Again, a lot of Gewurztraminer is like really spicy and in your face, and this is
Yeah.
really subtle. It reminds me a lot of when I like a Pinot Blanc, right? Like
Yeah.
the texture's
Yes.
similar, and you get just like kind of these delicate hints of fruit flavor,
Yeah.
but nothing really in your face.
That's now that you say that, that's sort of what this reminds me of. I
Mhm.
just actually drank an Irie Pinot Blanc from 2013 that, well, I won't say exactly tasted exactly like this. Now that you put that nugget in my head, I can totally see it. Like they tasted very similar. Irie was a bit more intense than this, but yeah. So.
Yeah, good sense of minerality. I'm really digging this. This is maybe a little more complexity would help it, but I think 88 points for me, 88 plus. a thorough recommendation. While it's not something that you're gonna like see stars when you drink it,
Yeah.
it's super pleasant, and it really like is drawing me back more to have another glass. Like I can go through a bottle of this really fast. It's really refreshing. Feels good on the palate.
I will say that, like, it's really well made, and it is super refreshing. Like the fruit flavors here, sort of the way they're all done, and the way the wine is does make you want to drink more. But at the same time, like, I'm just not. I don't know, man. I'm just not seeing anything.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Well,
like,
you didn't on the nose either, so
yeah,
it might be just flavors that person to person.
I'm struggling with it. So
Sure.
86 points, 86 plus. It has great acid. It's well built, but like I just don't find anything that great about it.
Sure.
To be honest.
Fair
Sorry.
enough. No, that's all right.
So.
A little bit of contrast. That's good.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen too often, so it's actually kind of refreshing.
Yeah, it's nice that happens sometimes. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the show.
Benefit from having two people on it. Yeah. That means it's time for
That's
question
awkward.
of the day. No. We'll be all right.
Cats or dogs? That comes up a lot with my friends these days because I've got two cats.
Sure, that's the easiest thing to comment on ever.
Yeah.
Too.
Are you cats or dogs?
People should do it dogs, of course.
Yeah, I like dogs.
Yeah.
I've got two cats, but I love dogs.
Yeah.
They're just awesome.
Yeah.
Joy, cats?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's our show. Let us know what you got, and if you got any photographs of your pets, post them.
Yes, that's such a good idea.
Yeah.
People love that. That's
And
good.
I'll throw up a photograph of Tweezle and Otter. So in the comments section, of course. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks.
258. Cheers.
Bye.